G'day and welcome to another fan video with Jenny Brandis. This fan is featured on the Matthew mat from my pattern a month number 5, which is available from the Jenny Brandis Lace Etsy store. This is the weaver pair, the two outside passive pairs and the inner pairs. The passives are going to be worked in cloth stitch with twists on the weavers to give definition to the fan. The trick to this fan is to keep the passives going straight across until they are woven at the centre fan line. The top 3 incoming passives will make up the top wing, then a twist is added to the weaver pair before the bottom 3 wing passives are worked. All of the passives are worked straight until we get to that centre line. The diagrams relate to the very first fan in the mat, so the starting is shown. Starting with the weaver, I put one twist in, cross stitch through the incoming passive pair, put in the pin twist and put up the pin. Tension, cross, twist, cross, and put a twist in the weaver pair and tension. Cross stitch through the 2 outside passive pairs, add 2 pin twists to the weavers and put up the pin and tension. Cross stitch back through the outside passives and add 2 gap twists in the weaver pair. Cross stitch through the next passive pair. Cross stitch through the incoming pair, add a pin twist to the weaver pair and close a pin with cross stitch. Cross stitch through the passives, add 2 gap twists to the weaver pair before cross stitching through the 2 outside passive pairs. Add 2 pin twists, put in the pin and cross stitch back through the outside passives. We have added 2 single twists, 2 double twists, and now we add 3 twists for the next 6 rows. Cross stitch to the next incoming pin. Cross stitch through the incoming pair, put up the pin and cross stitch back to the outside gap. Add 3 gap twists to the weavers, cross stitch through the outside passives, put up the pin and work back to the outside gap. Add 3 gap twists and cross stitch to the next incoming pin. That is a 3 pair top wing started, so add a single gap twist to the weavers to add definition to the wing gap. Cross stitch through the incoming pair, put up the pin and close the pin with cross stitch. Add the wing gap twist to the weaver pair and cross stitch through the 3 top wing pairs. Add 3 gap twists to the weavers, cross stitch through the outside passives, put up the pin and work back to the outside gap. Add 3 gap twists and cross stitch through the first 3 pairs. Add the wing gap twist and cross stitch to the next incoming pin. Work the next 2 incoming pairs the same as the previous 2, with 1 twist on the weaver pair at the wing gap and 3 twists at the outside gap. Cross stitch the lower wing, add the wing gap twist and cross stitch the upper wing. Four gap twists to the weaver pair. On this last row, we add 5 twists to the weaver pair at the outside gap before cross stitching to the fan's inner corner pin. Cross stitch through the last incoming pair, put up the pin and close it with cross stitch. Add the 2 twists to the outgoing pair for the element gap. Pin the outgoing pair and the weaver pair aside and tension the passes before we do the centre panel. The centre crossover is worked with the passive pairs acting as single bobbins. Starting at the wing gap, cross the left pair over the right pair, under the next and over the last pair, and lay the weavers aside. Using the next left pair under the first pair of the lower wing, over the next and under the third, lay aside. Using the left left pair, over the first pair, under the second and over the third. This makes up the woven centre panel. Tension carefully while noting that the wing pairs are now reversed. The bottom half of the fan is a reverse of the top half. Unpin the weaver pair and cross stitch through the 6 pairs of passives without adding the wing gap twist. Add 5 outside gap twists to the weaver pair. Work the outside edge back to the outside gap, where we will add 4 twists to the weaver pair. Cross stitch through the 3 top wing passive pairs, add a wing gap twist and cross stitch through the next 3 passive pairs. Put up the pin, close the pin and add 2 twists to the outgoing pair and lay them aside. Cross stitch the next 2 passive pairs and add the wing gap twist to the weavers. Cross stitch through the next 3 passive pairs before adding 3 twists to the weavers and work the outside edge. Work 3 outside gap twists to the weavers, cross stitch through the 3 pairs of passives, twist the weavers and cross stitch through the remaining 2 pairs. Put up the pin, close the pin and add 2 twists to the outgoing pair and lay them aside. Cross stitch the next passive pair and add the wing gap twist to the weavers. Cross stitch through the 3 passive pairs before adding 3 twists to the weavers. Work the outside edge. Add 3 outside gap twists to the weavers. Cross stitch through the 3 pairs of passives. Put up the pin, close the pin and add 2 twists to the outgoing pair and lay them aside. Cross stitch through the 3 passive pairs before adding 3 twists to the weavers. Work the outside edge. Add 3 outside gap twists to the weavers. Cross stitch through the 3 pairs of passives. Put in the pin, close the pin with cross stitch, add 2 twists to the outside pair and lay them aside. Cross stitch to the outside gap and add 2 twists before working the outside edge. Add 2 twists and work to the next outgoing pin. Put up the pin and cross stitch back to the gap. Add 1 twist and work the outer edge. Add 1 twist and work the last outgoing pin. Put up the pin, close the pin with cross stitch and add 2 twists to the outgoing pair. Lay them aside. Add a twist to the worker pair and cross stitch through the 2 outside passive pairs. Put up the pin and close with cross stitch. Tension is queen as the centre panel should lay flat while the wings arch gracefully.